What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with a brand new all tea, all shade Real Housewives of Potomac Season 5 Reunion Part 2 review. As you see, I have a brand new microphone. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think of the new sound quality. I do have some behind the scenes tea for you guys, but I'm going to save that for the end of this episode because I want to dig right into it. So we pick up exactly where we left off with Monique dragging Gizelle and her blonde Goldilocks all across the reunion floor. So Andy asked Gizelle, there seems to be a dialogue about whether he's faithful to you and whether there are other women. How do you feel about that? And Gizelle says, I've been very transparent about Jamal and I. We're fine. We've been through bigger storms. And I'm like, girl, that was the answer that you came up with off the top of your head because you know you look like a fool. I wouldn't even try to save face at this point. I would have just been like, obviously it's something going on that I don't know. There'll be a conversation when we get done filming. I wouldn't even try to sit up here and try to pretend like, oh, everything is okay. Nothing's going on. We all knew that it was a sham of a relationship in the first place and that he was strictly just doing this to help your dumb ass out. But keep on going with the lie, girlfriend. So Candiace decides to add her 2 cents in and says, well, he should have just came. And I was like, for the first time, I agree with you. But we all know he was going to come and try to defend himself or their little fake ass relationship. So Candiace says, so if it's true, and Andy says, if what's true, and Candiace says, the thirst book, what will you do? Mind you, Candiace just kept on trying to throw digs at Monique to get under her skin, to get her to act irate. And I was so proud of my good sis for not taking the bait and not going there with her because she wanted a moment and Monique was not going to give her one. She already dragged you once. There's no need to drag you twice again. So Gizelle says, I'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Monique says, maybe she just wants an open relationship. I'd holler. So Wendy says, to Gizelle, I feel like you're calm, but I don't think that's how you feel on the inside. And Gizelle says, you know what, Wendy, I thank you because that comes across like you really care. But, I'm fine. I'm fine. Really, guys, I'm okay. It might not look like it, but I'm fine. I swear to God, I'm okay. I'm okay. Nothing's wrong. I swear to you, I'm gonna be okay. I'm all right. We're fine, okay? I swear to God. Yeah. Andy, next question. Like, girl, you are not fine. So Andy says, when you speak to him tonight, how is that going to go? And she says, fine. It's going to go fine. I swear to God. Everything is fine. So they take a break. And Monique says to Ashley once again that these hoes don't want what's in this damn binder. So backstage, Gizelle and Robyn in their little dressing room trying to clown Monique on having this binder. But I was like, that binder just basically bitch slapped your homegirl Robyn and put tire marks on that wig of yours so both of y'all can have several. So they come back an hour later and now it's Ashley's segment. And Andy starts off by saying he really feels bad for having to ask her these, questions about her marriage, that she's, pregnant. And I was like, it ain't stopped you before with nobody else. So ask away, darling. So Candiace makes a face as soon as this Ashley segment. She like, and I was like, this bitch supposed to be so traumatized by folks and don't start shit, but she forever making little faces and got something to say. I cannot stand that girl. Like, the only person in reality television that y'all know I have ever hated, like, do not like, would never fuck with in real life is fucking Evelyn Lozada. But now, that damn Candiace, oh Jesus, that bitch get underneath my skin. Like, she's like a little net. Like, you just want to fucking flick. Like, I can't stand that bitch. Oh my God. Every time I see her, I will whoop her ass. Like, she didn't get her ass whooped good enough. Like, she didn't get whooped enough as a child, get reprimanded, get put in times out. Cause it's like, how are you this old and this damn ignorant? Like, that's the type of bitch that make you want to beat her ass. Like, Jesus Christ. So, Ashley says that Michael almost losing his family made him step up and everything. And she also says that she didn't get upset after finding out Michael cheated again, because when they were separated, she did a little dibble dabbling on her own and he forgave her for that. And I was like, well, you didn't say that while y'all was filming. Now you're adding that onto the story. I don't bit more believe Ashley. Girl, we all know you ain't leaving because you trying to make sure you get a windfall at the end of this. And we congratulate you, bitch. I'm here for it. And I part way think that you a fool. So Ashley says that Michael told her that the girl in the hotel room didn't want to have sex with him, but she spent the night and the next day she asked for money. Girl, we saw the video. We saw the video where she told him she wanted to go and kick it, and that she felt some type of way, and they were talking about why they couldn't cheat at his house and why they couldn't cheat at the girl's house was the girl got a man herself. Girl, this wasn't no one-time thing. Girl, get out of here. Like, Ashley, girl, have several. Like, y'all just want to live in this fairy tale of lies, then go right ahead, child. So Karen says that, you know, she supports Ashley's decision to work things out in her marriage. And Andy was like, do you feel the same way about Gizelle? You know, she's trying to, you know, work out things with her family. And Karen says, I just want the truth from Gizelle. I'm coming from a good place. I don't think she can accept it because we're not in a good place right now. And Gizelle says, we'll never be. And Karen says, I can accept that. Just like we are right now. In fact, our relationship is better now. Why are you so angry? When she said, I just want the truth, I hollered. So Andy says, so you root for her family? And Karen says, absolutely, Andy. I just want it to be a real family. I was like, Karen in that shade ponytail is giving me life. So Andy says, does it feel good to have Karen in your corner? And Gizelle says, she's full of shit. And Karen says, Gizelle, you would know, honey. You trained me well. And I was like, yes, grand dame, yes. So Andy then shows an old clip. And he says to Ashley, an old clip from season 1 shows Michael squeezing the ass of a producer. When you saw the video, did your heart sink? And Ashley was like, no, this producer was very funny, very flirtatious with Michael, not in, you know, a sexual way, but, you know, they had a relationship. And if you ask this person, he was a very innocent, joking thing. And Andy says, well, we asked him and he said it wasn't consensual. And Ashley says, well, that's funny because he definitely calls my husband Zaddy. And I was like, skirt. I thought you just said that it wasn't a sexual thing. But even using the word flirtatious with your husband and another man, like, girl, like, that nigga too old to be still in the closet. Like, just come on the fuck out. Like, we all know your nigga like dick. And it's okay. Nobody's gonna judge him. He an old nigga that like old dick. He like old things. Something borrowed, something old, something new. You to something new. He's something old. And the borrowed dick is his borrowed dick. Like, girl, get over it. So, and then the fact that you okay with another man calling your husband Zaddy, like, girl, okay, Ashley, with the foolishness. Dean does not approve of this. Dean was sitting at home eating his Cheetos, sipping his beer, his Bush beer, watching this shit. Like, I know the fuck my mama ain't on television embarrassing the fuck out of me. You know what? I'm about to pack my bags and get my own place. It is time for me to move out and get a lease of my own because I don't have time for these lying niggas. So, Candiace says, if him grabbing the producer's butt and whoever else is true, then why is grabbing the cameraman's butt untrue? You know, that was the whole storyline from last season. Ashley says he would not do that to someone he didn't know. Candiace says, girl, he did it. Can we move on? I was like, now that one was good, Candiace. I agree. Like, girl, like, stop it with the lies, girl. Just shut up. So Ashley says, no, Andy says, you know, what's going on with your prenup extension? And Ashley says, we no longer have a prenup. And I was like, smart cookie, girl. Take him for all he got. So Andy says, you would leave him if he ever cheated on you again? And Ashley said, yes, I would leave Michael if he cheated. She didn't say again. She said if he cheated. But okay, girl. Karen segment comes up and Andy brings up, loving drunk Karen. We all like drunk Karen. Hell, I just like Karen period this season. And Robyn says, can I ask you a question? Why were you so dismissive of me when I asked did you drink all the Fireball? This is Robyn's, time to shine for her to get in a word or two because she's bored and shit and don't got no storyline and really ain't got nothing to talk about. And so Karen shuts her down and says, I wasn't being dismissive. I was hungover. And turns back around to Andy. I was like, exactly. Like, she just trying to insert herself in her and just like, girl, shut up. So Andy asks Karen, do you have a disdain for Ray's dick? And I was like, I'll answer that. Obviously, yes. Nobody wants to fuck Uncle Ben. Nobody wants to fuck 12 Years a Slave. Nobody wants to fuck Amistad. Nobody wants to fuck Roots. Like, nobody wants that in their life, Andy. Don't nobody want to see no old spongy pubic hairs that are white in their face when they trying to suck a dick. And I'm pretty sure his dick don't even work that well to even get hard. That motherfucker probably get hard for a good 5 seconds and she got to do what she can do in those 5 seconds. And if she can get him the nut, she can get him the nut. And if she can't, the moment is over, goddammit. Like, hell no, she don't like Ray's dick. So Karen lies, and says, I do not. And that's disgusting to me. Andy asks, how has, the money that they make while doing the show affected the ladies' marriages? And I mean, obviously he wasn't talking to Gizelle because Gizelle is the only person on the cast that isn't married. So Monique says, that little check ain't nothing compared to what Chris is bringing in. And Gizelle rolled her eyes. And I was like, bitch, you mad? You mad or not? You mad, bitch? Oh, because I think a bitch is mad. I think a hating ass bitch is sitting over there mad because she ain't got a nigga that got money coming in while he sleeps. Okay. So Andy says, he's not still bringing in that kind of money. And Monique had to check Andy real quick. Said, oh no, he still is. My husband is doing very well for himself. His investment portfolio is great. Yeah, the bitch over here knows stocks and bonds, bitch. You got us fucked up. We're smart over here with our money, Andy. Oh, all right. I thought a hater said something. Oh, okay. So Andy asks Karen about Ray saying he didn't love her. And Gizelle says, I felt like this wasn't the first time she'd heard that before. And Karen was like, oh, no, it was the first time I've heard it. And, I was heartbroken by it. I wasn't embarrassed. I was heartbroken like anybody would be. So, that was Giselle's way of trying to, make a little dig at Karen, and it failed. So Andy calls bullshit, though, when Karen says that she isn't acting different now. And I was like, it's obvious that you're acting different now, Karen. Like, just like I said with Ashley, say what it is, bitch, and stop trying to sugarcoat shit. And so she finally does admit, though, that now her parents are deceased. It has gave her free reign to kind of loosen up and be herself. And that's funny to me considering she's a woman of a certain age that she still felt like she couldn't fully be herself. That's crazy to me. So Gizelle says Karen is a lot of fun, so this let me hide my world and make up stories was strange to me. And Karen says, don't be upset because I'm growing and you're not. I was like, get her again, Karen. So now it's Monique's segment. Candiace is yawning, acting like she's so not bothered, and it's obvious you're bothered by the fact that you got to make these types of faces and all of this stupid ass shit. So they talk about T'Challa getting away, and you hear Candiace say under her breath, that bird ain't fly away. So then here come Andy saying that Vulture did a story on how it's unusual for a parrot to fly away and come back. And Monique was like, yeah, but we're just so happy that he's back. Now, I don't understand why people think that she gonna sit up here and make a whole story about her bird flying away. What did that serve her? I'll wait. Like, really, people, that's what we doing now. Like, I know people do crazy shit. I don't put shit really past nobody. But in this case, what did that give her? Would that serve her to lie? Nothing. Move on. So, Robyn makes a face too, like, this bitch is lying. And Andy calls her out on it. She was like, no, I was just taking it all in. Like, girl, sitting up here with that piss color dress on, looking like Wanda and pissed on you. So Andy asks her, was she offended when Chris impersonated her by giving oral sex? And Monique says no. She says that, he's funny and this, and that. I wouldn't have necessarily been offended too. It was funny. It was still kind of low-key disrespectful, but if that's the type of relationship me and my nigga got, where we joke and play all day, yeah, if I know genuinely he didn't mean no harm. But Candiace says it was disrespectful and disgusting. And Monique says, your husband told the world you were bipolar with a light switch, so girl, bye. It was like, you came for a bitch. And then she says, and your husband said you were a concubine, so girl, bye. It was like, you supposed to be so traumatized. You supposed to be being Mary Jane, got Post-it notes all over your wall and shit, having to go to counseling, steady dabbing your eyes for the tears that ain't never falling out. And you're having nightmares about this. You're thinking about it. You're dreaming about it. You like visualize it. You put it on your mood boards. But you steady always got something to say to somebody that you so traumatized by. If you're so traumatized by this person, traumatized people usually don't want to look at the person, don't want to see the person, don't want to hear the person's voice. They try to avoid that person at all costs. But yet and still, you steady trying to antagonize somebody. Like your game does not work. Everybody sees through you. Everybody sees that you're an actress. Let's not forget, like, she literally was just in a movie on BET. Like, you're an actress, girl. Just like I can get on here and make myself cry in 2.2 seconds, Candiace can too. Like, girl, I see right through her foolishness. So, Andy then brings up the trainer rumor. And Monique says this was a 2-year-old ordeal brought up by an ex-friend of mine, Gigi, who filmed with me my first season. She started going around to different cast mates trying to spread these lies about me to try and get on the show. She says Charisse ties in because Gigi got Charisse's number. Charisse was the end for Gigi getting this information to other cast members. So she sent screenshots to Ashley, to Candiace, and a few others. And that's a part of my behind the scenes tea, you guys, that I'm going to play later on in this episode. She says, I was alerted by Karen that there was some dinner that happened after your baby shower, Andy, in LA. There was this whole plot about wanting to bring this story on the show. And Karen says, Gizelle wanted this. Candiace, you called me upset saying they were discussing this. They're coming after the paternity of Monique's baby. For whatever reason, they don't show Candiace's response. But remember, Candiace did a whole live that I played for you guys early on in the season where she was the one that outed Gizelle and Robyn them, saying that they were trying to plot on Monique and say that they were going to say that Chase wasn't Chris's baby. You the one that said all of this. Now you trying to play and backtrack like you don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like this is a whole lie and that never happened. But okay, girl, we're going to continue to play a game with these hoes. So, Gizelle says, we've been knowing about Gigi spilling all your business forever. And Monique say, not my business. It's called lies. And Gizelle says, did we talk about it? Joke and laugh? Yes. But no one ever mentioned your child. Andy says, and it didn't air on the show though. And Monique says, Gizelle went to her confessional and said the word on the street is she's running around with her trainer and Chase was the trainer's baby. They didn't show that part though. And Andy says, but they didn't bring it up on the show. And Monique was like, okay, whatever. If that's what y'all want to say, that's fine. And I didn't really like how Andy was handling this part because it's just like, nigga, you know that she brought it up on the show. Yeah, did it grow legs and go anywhere? No, but it was still brought up on the show. This was still what was going on behind the scenes. So, like, what the fuck? Like, don't try to make me seem like I'm just being petty and crazy, my nigga. Like, these things were happening. So, Andy gets to the fight, and Andy asks the ladies, do they think that Candiace had any bad intentions when she invited Charisse to her little gathering early on in the season? And Karen says, it's questionable because I know all the backstory. However, Wendy and Gizelle and Robyn, of course, don't think that she had any ill will. So Monique says all she had to do was say, hey, Charisse is going to be there so you can mentally prepare. And Robyn says, you giving Charisse way too much credit and energy. Why do you need to mentally prepare for Charisse? Because my thought process would be if I was Monique is, okay, now that the cameras are on, Charisse is going to be at this party. I would think that that is going to be the moment where they try to get at her with this whole storyline of them trying to accuse her of cheating with this trainer, that would be the moment. So if I come into this party and I see Sharice there and you didn't give me a heads up, I would think that, oh, okay, so this is when they about to do it. This is when they about to try to pull this shit with me. Oh, okay. So the fact that you didn't give me a heads up make me look at you some type of way, make me think that that's what y'all own. And I could see what Monique was saying, like, I needed to mentally prepare, because if I know this is what is about to happen, I know how to come at this bitch so I won't be thrown off guard. So I understood where she was coming from with that. So, where was I at? Monique admits that she did too much at the fire pit, but says it was a buildup. You know, I said it all through this season. She felt some type of way about Candiace because she felt like Candiace was trying to set her up. And she was intentionally fucking with that girl. She wanted to fight her. Let's keep it a buck. She wanted to fight Candiace, and she got the fight that she wanted. So Candiace says, you tried to bait me into a fight because you were bored. I don't think it's because she was bored. I think because she just was fed up with your ass. She didn't like you. So Andy says, Andy asks about the hand that pushed Monique's shoulders. And he says to Gizelle, everybody thinks that it was you. And Gizelle admits that it was her, but says that she was trying to stop Monique. Okay. Monique says that when Candiace's hand got in her face, she snapped. Robyn, Gizelle, and Wendy say it didn't happen. Bravo production then shows the footage back where you clearly see Candiace going like this across the table in her face. But yet and still, the three motherfucking witches, fucking the three stooges, that didn't happen, that didn't happen. Ooh, if I could drop kick a bitch. So Andy asks about the glass being hit in her face, and Monique says that she wasn't going to let Candiace go because she had a broken glass in her hand. It was wielding around left and right, and she wanted to ensure that she wasn't going to get hurt, so that's why she held on. Here come Gizelle and Wendy. That didn't happen either. That didn't happen either. Production then plays it back to show that is what happened. But okay. So Andy says that they had no footage of the glass hitting her face. We have all seen this footage 70 million times. We all saw that glass hit that girl in her face. But okay, everybody Ray Charles and can't nobody see. All right, people. So Monique says, yeah, because she was yelling. I'm sorry. Mo says it did. And then Andy said, but you tried to attack her again. And Monique was like, yeah, because she was talking, basically she was talking shit, saying I was going to get fired and calling me a hood rat, this and that. So I was like, well, if I'm going to get fired, I'm going to finish her off. Like, I don't really understand what the big deal is. In the heat of a moment, when you in a fight, logic goes out the window. Bitch, you talking shit, you about to get hit in your lip. So Andy asks why she apologized to the ladies when she had that, meetup, but didn't apologize to Candiace. And she was like, because I didn't feel remorseful at that time. I felt like she was at fault and I was at fault. And I wanted to apologize for him putting them in harm's way. I don't see what the problem is with that neither. Candiace starts to fake cry when Andy asks her about the footage and her not wanting to see the footage. And it took me months to watch it because I didn't want to see myself like that. She was a friend to me. She was a friend of mine. She took all I had. You lied. You cheated. You took all I had. Like, it was like, girl, you and these fake ass tears. Like, she finally was able to get one to trickle down. I was proud of her this episode. Like, she must have had some smelling salt or something up underneath with them little paper towels of her shit. At this point, I think her hand is a fucking napkin dispenser. As much as she go Alakazam, boom, here go a goddamn napkin. So she keep on saying, I didn't want to see myself that way. I'm still fucked up. I'm still not okay. She knew I didn't start the fight. I don't understand how someone could just lie like that. Y'all both were in the wrong. Y'all both were in the fucking wrong, girl. And the fact that she's still trying to play victim like she just got hit for no reason. So Monique was like, girl, I can't. And I was like, Monique, I can't neither, bitch. So Candiace says, people said I got what I deserve because my mouth is so foul. And Ashley was looking like, and where's the lie? So Monique says, I'm not sitting at home wanting her life to be ruined. And Andy asked Monique, why is she so unemotional about it? And I was like, look, Andy, shut the fuck up. Black people don't just sit up here and just handle things be the way that you want them to handle them. Like, everybody just ain't a crier. Everybody ain't gonna sit up here and pretend to cry for theatrics and to make people feel sorry for them. This shit happened over a year ago, my nigga. Why would I be sitting up here crying over a fight? It was a fight, and it was barely a fight. All she did was grab the bitch. Like, come on now. And so she was like, I'm not built that way. I'm just not a emotional person. And Candiace, I need a break. I have to get up. I can't take this anymore. And then she get off and run. I'm like, girl, I'm ready for next week's episode. Next week is going to be a 90-minute finale that I cannot wait. Here is video that one of the T-Squad members by the name of Christia, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Hey, girl. She emailed me this about Monique's binder. Here's what Monique had to say about her binder, and she gives a little bit more tea.
I have just an excerpt. I have one for me. I have one for the former friend, the one that started all of the rumors. I had to send her a cease and desist, a month and a half ago. Yeah, she was getting real reckless, like just talking crazy. But in her mind, she's basically like, I'm just going to make up some crap, and then people are going to believe it because me and her used to be friends. That's what her mindset is. It's like she's taking small truths and turning them into huge lies. And it's like ridiculous. It's like, what's your point exactly? So screw her.
I just can't wrap my head around how someone could be like that. Like, I don't know.
It's insane. Like, people have, like, they talk about I had too much time on my hands making this binder. This binder only took me 10 minutes to make. I'm already organized. All I had to do was pop them in there. Exactly. I have a template that prints off the tabs because, like I said, I use binders all the time. So it wasn't that serious. But that one, that former friend has way too much time on her hands. She needs more hobbies and more things to do. So anyway, the next one is called Post-it. And that is She Who Shall Not Be Named. Because she liked to put up Post-its and put all her little, you're okay stuff on it. So yeah, I named that one Post-it. Then we have Wendy, Robyn, the last lady. We all know who that is. And Ashley and Karen, or Karen and Ashley. So people were confused because they were like, why do you have a tab for Karen and Ashley? And not every tab is shady. I have to also include receipts. Like, for instance, with Karen, they tried to make it seem like we were setting them up, at her event. I have text message proof that shows that Karen and I were making sure that didn't go down. Right? So there we are at her event.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's like a bunch of text message exchanges between me and Karen that shows that we were making sure there would be no way I would run into anybody. And the only person that I could possibly run into would have been Ashley. Mm-hmm. And Ashley, her folder, I'll show you. What's in her tab is that former friend reached out to everyone on the cast and on production with her nasty behind lies towards me, trying to make claims that when I had my miscarriage, how sick is this? She tried to say when I had my miscarriage, when I lost my baby, she tried to say that I went to the slaughterhouse, as she called it.
Oh my God.
This is the message that she sent to everybody. So when they kept saying, oh, these rumors are going around in Potomac, no, honey, because none of them live in Potomac except for Karen. It wasn't a rumor going around in Potomac. It was a rumor that she started in the circle, in the production circle. And she took the same screenshot to all of them. And it says, when people have abortions and call it a miscarriage, yeah, you miscarried your legs, one in front of the other, all the way to the slaughterhouse. Who talks about someone's miscarriage?
What?
And this is a former friend. So what that tells me is that you were never my friend.
Nope, never.
Yep. So that was in Ashley's file.
I don't know how that person is a friend to anyone. That's just
crazy.
It's disgusting.
And then the last one that I have is my bill from when I had to get my cameras fixed because they were all broken. And the ladies kept trying to make claims, and it's going around on social media too, which is jacked up because that's actually blackmail. What they're suggesting is going on. My cameras weren't working. I mean, I live in a safe area. I wasn't thinking about upgrading my cameras because I'm like, whatever. I didn't even know they were broke. And so they asked me for footage, and I'm like, first of all, I ain't got no cameras downstairs. Second of all, my cameras outside don't work. So I had to go get all of my cameras updated and get brand new cameras. And you see how much I spent almost 10 grand. Simply because Bravo, airs the episode where everybody's saying, her cameras ain't working. So I had to go get working cameras just to keep my family safe. So we had to spend some money. But that's basically showing that that we did get this updated and upgraded. But the date in which it happened, you can see February 27th, 2020, which is when we finally was able to upgrade our system, which was earlier this year. So all of that time, I didn't have any, working cameras. So I brought that just in case I needed it. So
that you had to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's terrible that you had to dig so deep to pull out all of these things because of everything they were saying and how they were icing you out. It was just incredibly frustrating to watch, especially as your friend, because I know how you are. And it was just,
that. But I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers, Funky Dineva. I love him. I think that he does a great job with breaking down things. And I mean, he's had seasons where he's went in on me. And I'm just like, all right, that's his opinion. It's fine. But he said something in his last video on YouTube where he was talking about in reality TV, it's not about the truth. It's about perspective. And it made so much sense because that's what it is. Anybody can go on these shows and just say whatever, and they could say anything about you. And people who watch the show will just take it and run with it. So that was the reason why I said I need to have my proof, my receipts, because, I don't just make up stuff. There's no reason.
And I 100% agree. And that's why, throughout this whole season of Potomac, we the fans, not myself included, have gone back and forth on who's to blame, whose side are you on, and everybody's gonna feel a different way. You know what I'm saying? And that's why. But I'm just gonna keep it 100. After watching the whole entire season, I feel like both ladies were at fault for everything that happened, but I side more with Monique because at least she's taking accountability and she's not trying to play the victim. She's being unapologetically herself, whether you like her or not. Candiace, on the other hand, to me, in my opinion, is trying so hard to be the victim, playing the game. She's lying. She's, putting on an act and doing stunts and shows and trying to act like she's so wounded and she did nothing. That's why I can't rock with her. I just don't like her. Her mouth is fucking reckless as shit. Like, I don't understand how the bitch even got friends, because anybody would have been slapped the shit out of her. Like, the fuck? Like, I've never seen a grown person that acts like that. Like, so once again, like I said, that was my review on Real Housewives of Potomac. If you are new to this channel and you're a new subscriber, because we got a lot of subscribers off of last week's review, everything I do on this show is for shits and giggles. Don't take anything that I say seriously. If you are easily to be offended, log the fuck off now, because we have fun over here. We don't take ourselves seriously over here. Let me also give you a warning. Don't talk no shit to me in the motherfucking comment section, because I don't argue with people I don't know. And hell, I don't even argue with people I do know. You will get blocked. Point and simple. We're respectful. We love each other over here. We don't argue and fight with each other over here. We are a family. We are a squad. It's okay to have differences of opinions, but respect everybody in the comment section or you're going to get blocked. Point blank and the period. Thank you guys for watching this review. I love you. I pray that you guys have a merry, 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 merry Christmas full of happiness and joy and laughter and love. Be safe. Wear your mask. Eat good. Sleep good. Get some rest and have fun. I love you, love you, love you. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.